Okay, so guitar is in standard tuning, E, A, D, G, B, E, with the capo on the 3rd fret. I hope you have a capo. The first chord is an E minor formation. I'm not sure what chords you know how to play. I'm sure you have a basic understanding of these, but I'm going to go through them anyway. So it's an E minor formation, index finger 2nd fret from the capo. That's how I'm going to refer to these frets, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, so on, from the capo. So index finger 2nd fret A string, middle finger 2nd fret D string, and then everything else open. You said you were having some difficulty with the strumming pattern, so I'm going to try and focus on that a little. I'll show you how I like to play it, and then maybe I'll show you a slightly easier way to play it, or a different way to play it. So I think it sounds best to start with your thumb, strum the first 3 or 4 strings down, and then strike all the strings with your nail or a pick, and then the thumb again. So try doing that a few times. But after the second time that you strum these with your thumb, you're going to do a little picky thing with your index finger or middle finger, whatever's most comfortable, and your thumb. And it goes like this. First note, 2nd fret D string, and then open B string, and then 2nd fret D string again, and then open G string. So all together. So that whole thing from the beginning. Thumb, nail, thumb, picky thing. And sorry, when I described the picky thing the first time, I said start with this note, but actually you're going to start with this note, the open B string. So that's how I like to play it, but you don't have to play it like that. You can also just strum the whole thing, but you're going to want to focus on the upstroke. I think that might be what's difficult for you or confusing, is that there's just a lot of emphasis on the upstroke. So initially there's 2 downstrokes, and then 2 or 3 upstrokes, and those are really accented, so it's like. Or if you like those notes but you don't want to pick them with your fingers, you could still pluck them, but using a guitar pick or your fingernail, like this. And you're always going to want to keep your hand moving down, up, down, up. Try to avoid doing like, only downstrokes or only upstrokes. I see some guitar players that would play that like this. And maybe that's how some people like to play, but it kind of drives me nuts because it kills the flow. So you just want to keep strumming up and down, up and down. Even if you're not hitting the strings, just practice moving your hand and keeping the flow going. The next chord is I think it's like a B7 formation or something. Middle finger 2nd fret A string, index finger 1st fret D string, ring finger 2nd fret G string, and then open B. And it's the same strumming pattern. And it's the same strumming pattern. Thumb, pick, thumb, and then. And it's always those 3 strings that you're going to be picking. Then the next chord is a C chord formation. Ring finger 3rd fret A string, middle finger 2nd fret D string, open G string, index finger, 1st fret, B string, and then open E string. Don't strum the top string though, just these. Again, same strumming pattern. Thumb, pick, thumb, thumb, pick, thumb. And then the last chord is a G chord formation, index finger, 3rd fret, E string. And then I like to mute the A string underneath it by just gently resting the under part of your middle finger on that string so that it essentially mutes it. And then open D string, open G string, ring finger, 3rd fret, B string. Same strumming pattern. Only this is the end of the sequence of chords, so the way they play it is so first time, and then down, 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 and you're just going to want to pull off from the 3rd fret to the 2nd fret, and then start over. Sorry, my phone just crapped out on me. It's being really annoying, so I kind of forget where I was, but I think we went through all the chords. E minor, B7, C, G, and then before starting over again, just move your finger down to the 2nd fret. So if you don't want to pluck those, you can just strum them and focus on the upstroke. And keep your hand moving. And then B7, C, and then I think later in the song the strumming gets a little bit more aggressive, and there's a lot of upstrokes, so it's like B7, C, G, and then there's another very subtle thing that he or she does on the guitar during the same time that you would be doing this. It's a bit later in the song, and instead of doing this, you're just gonna go, which is middle finger or index finger, 2nd fret, D string, open G string, and then just slide that up to here, which would be ring finger, 4th fret, D string. And remember, obviously I'm counting the frets starting from the capo, so ring finger, 4th fret, D string, index finger, 2nd fret, G string. So those two together. And you do that right before starting over the sequence of chords. So I'll play the whole thing from the beginning, how I like to play it, and I'll play it a little bit slower. Sometimes it's, instead of at the end, it's just so like, and then start over again. So it's really just that the whole time with a few subtle variations, and at one point the strumming gets a little bit not faster, but you know what I mean. So that's it. If I failed to cover anything that you're still unsure of, please let me know, and I'll make another little video, or I'll just chat with you on Facebook, and we'll figure it out. So I hope that helped.